What's going on, guys? Super Deathbot here to bring you a review of Mezco Deadpool. And you're asking yourself, I thought this would be a normal toy review, so why is that guy pulling a sword out of that ninja like a fucking sword from a stone? Well, it's because it's Deadpool, our favorite man in red, our favorite sweet-assed superhero. Alright, so I have been waiting for this figure for a long time. And I am happy to say that it did not disappoint. I think he is an amazing figure. So why don't we take a look at this foul-mouthed little asshole? I think Mezco did a really good job with him. He, to me, I always say, Mezco is like mini Hot Toys anyway, but on this one, they really proved it to me. I think the detail on him is just really, sorry, I'm just going to unplug this real quick. It's just really amazing. We're going to go over the paint and sculpt as always, and then articulation. I think the red from the plastic on his head to the suit matches really well, much like the blue one did. It's not perfect, but it's never going to be. But the tailoring on this suit, as you get up close, is so clean for such a tiny scale figure, because clothes can look so weird on 1/12 figures to me. But they just did such a really good job. I mean, for Deadpool, crotch shot. The back, you get that little bit of stitching, but it's pretty much hidden from all what's going on there. The legs, you can't even really see it that much. I mean, really stunning job on that. The detail in his gauntlets and belts. I mean, this thing, I can't wait to take pictures of it, because I really think it's going to translate like the quality of a 1/6 figure. I mean, the holsters, if I zoom in here, the holsters are metallic. They have a lot of different paint apps on them. All of the belts and pouches have weathering and dry brush on them. Like the sheaths, there's different tones of color and metal, and they all pick up the highlights of the light. The suit does as well, but that's really clean. I think just their own design. Like, he really feels like a comic book figure. Like he came to life right out of a comic book. I would suggest picking him up. I bet he's going to sell out, and you're going to be mad that you didn't get him, and then you're going to be all PX Punisher at yourself. But I can't get over, I mean, all the detail in his boots, everything, you can see the, come on, camera. You can see all the nicks and dings, all the gross paint, everything. The clips are sculpted really well. Everything on his feet. And, like, even though a lot of the stuff is weatherized, like, everything is clean. The red is all clean. The sculpting is clean. Anything that looks dirty or out of place is supposed to be. They didn't miss. Even the buckles on the legs that are chrome, kind of metallic, next to these, I mean, there's not a line of paint that is strayed from where it is supposed to be on my figure anyway. Even down to this tiny little red outline on this belt next to that white. There's no white blemish, there's no red blemish. All the paint on him is pretty perfect. I really gotta say, I'm pretty amazed at what they did with this guy. And I think more his look. He looks just like their own figure, their own comic book figure. I think his proportions are right, which I was worried about. I think his coloring is right. Everything is pretty good. I really don't have many complaints. We're gonna go over accessories, and then we'll do articulation. He comes, because that's more along like the paint and sculpt. He comes with this rifle, and it has a lot of nice weathering and detail to it. The sculpt is really good. I mean, their guns and stuff usually are, so I wouldn't be expecting much less. Once again, we'll pick up the highlights and things really well, put some scratches on it, you know, just really, really good quality work for a 6-inch figure. You get a secondary head sculpt with his squinty, comical face, if you will. One eye squinted, one eye wide open, so that'll take some funny pictures. You get a multitude of hands. You get a butt grabbing hand or grenade grabbing hand. You choose, or don't. I like the way they even designed the gloves. It's their own little feel, like the black fingers. I think they did a good job on that. You get 2 fist hands. Once again, sculpt on everything is really nice. They don't really miss the mark on many things. Here's a trigger hand for his right hand. Again, for something being so small, all the detail and all the paint apps and textures are literally just perfect. You get this rad hand, so that's kind of cool. Can be funny. And then you get another trigger hand for his right hand. Did I say right on the last one and it was left? No, I did it on... Yes, I did. Actually, the last one was his left one. I apologize for that. I'm stupid. You get 6 grenade launcher rounds, painted like Deadpool. 3 of them are in his little holsters up there. I'll show you. And then you also get 4 little Deadpool grenades. He comes with a multitude of things, and I think they are really nice, and I'm even more excited to see the ones on the X-Force PX version, but this one is really, really nice. So, I have not got to spend a ton of time with him yet, so as far as articulation goes, we'll go over it, but I'm not going to push anything too far. So, his head is on a ball joint inside here and in his head, so you can get a little movement out of the neck. You can go side to side really well, and you can get him to look up pretty far. So I think that's really nice. He has ab crunch, which is not bad. It's, I think, maybe hindered a little bit by like some of the stuff he's wearing, but not a whole lot. Or maybe that's just what it is. I don't think it's too much. And he can go back pretty far just from ab and from his waist. So I think that's pretty good. His shoulders can go up pretty high, actually. I was pretty surprised. They really made him pretty articulated. So, you know, you want to string him up on a torture board, or he has to go to cheering practice, you can get him in those poses. He can turn at the waist a little bit. He has a lot of buckles and stuff on, though, but you can get enough to give that little bit of movement to get that cooler shot than if he was just static. The costume moves pretty well with him. Like I said, the tailoring is just really good. He has forearm swivel, so that's nice. His wrists do move back and forth and side to side. He does have bicep swivel, but I mean, you want to be careful with the suit, so you don't want to hurt that too much. His legs do go pretty far forward considering the buckles and the suit. I mean, you can really get him into a lot of poses. I'm going to take some funny and awesome pictures with him. I really think he's going to photograph well. He has calf swivel, and his foot doesn't go down very far, and his ankle rocker isn't like spectacular, but it is there. But the down part, not really very far down. But you know what? For a character like him, it's not the end of the world. It could be better, but it's not a deal breaker for me. He has the double jointed knees. Costume, once again, flows well with the knees. I can't find, to me, anything wrong with him. I think his colors are perfect. I think his proportions are really good. I think he looks a lot better in person as well than he does on the videos, but in their production photos. But I gotta say, I would give him a perfect 10 out of 10. This is probably my favorite Mezco figure, and even though I said it in my last review, he will probably be in my top 10 figures this year as well. Mezco has been my favorite toy company this year. I have bought maybe 1/3 of the 1/6 figures I usually buy, if even, because Mezco has just been giving such a good product compared to, 1/6 that, higher end, sometimes detail I like to just have because I appreciate the work on it. The detail that goes into it and the teams that build these figures, and Mezco's doing it at this scale for a good price so you can get more. And they're easier to photograph because they go with my dios and stuff. So, I really think Mezco has been doing a killer job. I shot these reviews back to back, so I'm going to use the same figures for size comparison so you can see. He's got a pretty solid body type, These articulated icons, for anyone who didn't watch my review on that, they are a little bit smaller. So Deadpool definitely looks a little bit bigger compared to this guy, because he is. But I think it's always fun, because I got multiples of this Modern Ninja, and Deadpool is for sure going to fight them. So it's kind of cool when he's bigger. It makes it a little more realistic that he might be able to take out a few of these guys. And, Deadpool's just a badass, so... And then here he is next to Marvel Legends Scourge, or one of my random beat-em-up mercenaries, if you will. I painted a bunch of custom Scourge figures, maybe like 15 of them. And I do want to review those. I know I said in one of my reviews I would. He's also a slight bit taller than him, not too much, but he's a lot wider. He just looks brooding and really, really good. I can't say enough about him, and I can't wait to get into it more. So, if you can get him, I absolutely would. I would not miss out on him. The production photos had me nervous. I was like, I don't know if I want this guy, but he, to me, is literally perfect. Once I got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive X-Men suit one, I was like, alright, this thing's really cool. I'm excited for it, but this one blew me away. And now, same thing, production photos for the X-Force one. I'm not, super stoked about them, but now I am. I think he's going to be really, really cool. All his profiles, silhouettes you'd have with him, everything, he just looks like a straight-up comic book figure, and I'm a huge fan of it. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I will have something up in the next few days as well. I got a bunch of stuff to do. One of them being the Grievous Bandai model kit. I want to review that. I think that's pretty cool. I got a bunch of Diamond Select Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, and I still have all that other stuff I posted a video of. So, I will see you guys soon. Thanks.